What is up, everybody? It's me again. Oh, yeah. Hi, guys. It's me. I know you guys missed me from the last episode. I know. I just keep banging these episodes out like I'm Rocky Balboa, you know? Like dodging. See, he's dodging me. He can't dodge me because I'm a one hitter. I'm a one hitter. But, guys, we have a very special guest on the Scevoli Tonight Show, guys. It's the Buff Collector. There he is. He's buff, guys. Buff. I can't do that because it's just flat. It's just flat. Cannot do that.
Nah, dude, it's under the sleeves. It's under the sleeves.
Yeah, it's totally there. It's totally there.
It's there.
It's totally there. But we have a very exciting guest. The Buff Collector is joining me on the Scevoli Tonight Show for our special guest. But before we start asking him questions and getting into our Star Wars talk, be sure to subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli Tonight Show. For me, not for him. It's all me. You're going to get this face every day of your life. That face might just help you out with emergencies. See what I did there? See what I did there?
I see what you did there, yeah.
I know,
yeah.
I tried. Thank you. Someone gets me and understands me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Now we can end the show. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But Buff Collector, how are you?
Oh, shoot.
I know, fell again.
I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm just. Phone just goes.
Yeah, it's like a little swoop, you know. Just keep in mind, guys, it may happen during the show again. Hopefully not. But,
it's probably.
I'm doing. Yeah. But thanks for having me on. This is a great show. I had been seeing this a little bit, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm humbled to be a part of it. But day's going good. Fun fact, I am building a Lego currently, and I am like halfway done with it. It's Commander Cody. So that's how my day was going, besides work. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm starting to get into Legos, and I'm kind of like scared to just like go fully in because it's like another investment. And if you know me, I'm into Funko Pops, and yeah, I don't want to dive into another like debt hole, you know?
Because Funko Pops will put you in debt. And Legos too. I don't really collect the Legos. Like I have Commander Cody and Rex. I'm staring at them right now because they're on my desk right here. My friend built them at the time. He built them for me because I was not spending. I was building them. I was building it backwards. That's how good I am at building. So if anybody out there is watching this needs a Lego builder, I'm your guy. Secretly, I'm not your guy, but you can just call me. You can just call me. I'll be there. I charge a good fee. I'm not going to take your money and run. Probably will. But I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Yeah.
So, Buff Collector, I saw on your Instagram page the other day, you got a Grand Admiral Thrawn Funko Pop.
Yep.
But it's not the Star Wars Celebration tag. It's the 2017, right? It came out in 2017? Convention exclusive. Now, I'm a big fan of Thrawn. Thrawn is like my favorite Star Wars villain. He's like probably almost Star Wars favorite character, but I put my characters and villains and clones in a separate category.
For sure.
That Thrawn pop is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Although it has gone down because of the Target exclusive that came out. Like, luckily, I got this Thrawn for like a really good price, even though it was still like expensive. But it was a decent price, and at the time, it was like a steal. But now the price that I bought it for originally that's like the price it's going for like right now. So it's like averaging like in the 180s to like I've seen like 250. Like those are the averages I've been seeing, at least on like eBay and Macari. But the con sticker, that's the one where where it's like astronomically
High.
expensive. It's like that one. I believe it's like well over 5 for sure.
Yeah, and I want the Star Wars Celebration one because I have the Con exclusive one signed by Timothy Zahn, the creator of Thrawn.
Oh, nice.
So I want all the pops. I don't have the one from Ahsoka because I'm getting that one signed by Thrawn, the Lars, because I love Lars.
Sick.
I want to meet him. He's like the ultimate person. I just want to stand next to him and let him talk to me in the Thrawn voice and tell him I'm a bad boy. Like, I just tell me I'm a bad boy.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
heck yeah.
Hold me by the throat and throw me. You know? You just do something, you know?
Yeah. A little force choke, you know?
Yeah, like not even like the growl. Maybe they can do like in Rebels, you know. Do that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it right now, you know.
Yeah.
But I want the Star Wars Celebration sticker one because I want that signed by Thrawn. You know, I probably won't be able to get it signed because he's doing a con, the Chicago one. He's doing the Chicago one in April, and you can send stuff in through Star Wars autographs.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do that. Because he was supposed to sign in June. I had it all planned out. He was going to sign in June for them. I had like, okay, this is the much amount of money and stuff like that. Like targeting it. Like, okay, I got to save this up, or I got a payment plan or stuff like that. But
they be expensive.
It does, but it's worth it because he's one of my favorite characters. You know,
yeah.
I've learned along the years in Star Wars, if they're your favorite characters. You know, like Ahsoka's my favorite characters. Anakin, Ezra, Sabine, Rex, and Thrawn are like my ultimate favorites. So to get whoever's signing or to meet them over and over, even if I meet them 25 million times, you know, it still will never get old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the only person I have not met is Ezra Tyler Gray.
Okay.
Sabine, Tia. I want to meet all the characters from Rebels. I want to meet like Freddie Prinze Jr. I want to meet Steve Plum, Vanessa Marshall, of course. Vanessa Marshall, that's my space mom. You know, I need to meet her. And then of course Thrawn. Like I want to meet Lars, and he doesn't do that much signings. No. You know, he's starting to do them though. He really is. Like he's starting to do them, which I'm very excited for. But like I also said too, like all these actors are getting upper in age. You know. And it's sorry to say that, but you know, Lars is like in his 50s. In reality, like even T.C. Carson, like who voices Mace Windu, I really want to meet. I wanted to meet him in November, this past November, at Rhode Island, but I could not meet him due to unfortunate circumstances. But he's in his late 60s, you know. And how long does, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I want some memorabilia by them, you know, cherish it forever, meet them, hug them, you know, be their best friend or something, you know. I want to treasure those moments with certain voice actors and actors because I'm a big animation fan. I think you could tell. I love animation to the T. But yeah, with the Thrawn, I want the Thrawn Star Wars, and I've seen one for $570 that I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for that one.
I mean, that's a pretty good price. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
and if I can get it down to 500, even better.
That's a steal in, I guess, today's market for that specific pop. Or I mean, even if like you could find one for like, I mean, shoot, like 4 to 5 is like the steal range. If you find one for like 3, that's like you're golden, right? But that's like a unicorn, right? That's like 1 in a million or 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100,000. But I mean, if you find one for around like 4 to 5, or if you get that one to like 5, I mean that's a great price.
And even the Ahsoka one too, the Ahsoka H
all H.
I want that Funko Pop too. That's the only Funko Pop I don't have of Ahsoka, and I have all of them. And I want them all signed by Ashley. But to get that pop is like you gotta sell your kidney.
You gotta sell your soul, you gotta sell your kidney, you gotta sell your kid, everything to get that pop.
Hey, I'm down to sell my child if I had a child. Send them off.
Yeah. But I mean, those pops, or like I guess like the Hall H ones, they keep on like popping up and all these you know, like little Funko meetups that they do, or where Mike is just giving out these pops, and he just has them. He just carries like a Hall H every time where they have like a little event, and I mean, yeah, I mean you're lucky enough to get it. I mean, for free, right? For free.
If I find Mike, I don't know who that is, but if I find him,
oh yeah, the Funko Pop owner.
Yeah, we need him. We need to find him.
Yeah, like he's always. I think his name's Mike. I think.
Hey, it could be John. We could find him.
Yeah. Fake fan right now, but it's okay. But yeah, you gotta find him. You gotta find him in these Funko Pop events that Funko does yearly, and you just gotta be lucky. You just gotta be lucky enough to, if he delivers, or if he has a Hall H Ahsoka with him, and he just like gives it to you.
I would cry.
I mean, at that point, like, you're the luckiest dude in the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm already the luckiest dude in the world, because it's me, but
Yeah, sure. Also me, Also me.
Yeah, also you. You're the collector of the buffers,
But yeah, dude.
Now I'm gonna use my voice, my country voice, because he's the buff collector and he collects things. We're gonna try a different voice on the Scevoli Tonight Show.
Oh, is this also because I'm from Texas?
That too. I thank you for telling me that. I actually didn't realize that. It's just full swing. I'm gonna try my Dracula / Texas accent.
Yeah.
Or like Italian something. The Italian stallion.
Yeah.
Well, my first question to you is the buff collector. You're buff and you collect things.
Mm-hmm.
Put it together, you're the buff collector. But
yeah.
So what do you collect and why are you buff?
So to answer the first question, I collect mainly Funko Pops, right? But there are more ventures where I've traveled throughout the years, and like I mentioned before, I have started to collect Lego helmets, not big pieces, because as it is, if you could see over here, this wall of chaos that's going down right there, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I need to like de-size like ASAP.
Hey, if you're getting rid of any Star Wars ones, let me know.
Yes, sir. I will definitely let you know. But yeah, I need to get rid of a lot. I've been holding it off for a long time. I just haven't had like the time to like actually go through the mountains that are behind each other. In order for me to collect even more Funko Pops. Or my shift has been more into like grails, so it's more expensive. But I think right now, since there's not really like a line that I'm really going for other than Star Wars, I pretty much like have the ones I want. There are still some that are out there that I really want, but it's just because of like money costs, right? But whenever I have time to get rid of this clutter, that's when I'll like start like I guess selling in like big batches, just so I can make room for more. But yeah, so Legos, Funko Pops, and then another thing that I collect are like, how do you say? Oh yeah, lightsabers.
Oh.
Lightsabers, yeah. I want to say I have a handful of lightsabers.
And
I did at one point, but here's the thing. I sold them.
Wow, that hurts.
I know it hurts, and especially you, right? It hurts you, okay? But the reason being was because I needed to make room. But also, just to keep in mind, they were 3D printed. So they weren't like, you know, the real light up ones, but they were 3D printed and they had like a little stand and everything. But one day, good sir, one day I will get Ahsoka's lightsabers, but the real ones. Now, the question is, which ones am I getting? Am I getting from Rebels or am I going to get from Clone Wars?
I love the Clone Wars ones. Like those lightsabers, like I feel like they have a special place in everybody's hearts because she had them in the Clone Wars. She lost them in the Clone Wars. Anakin redid them and made them blue, you know? And that's a special moment where we see the Ahsoka and Anakin for the final time in the Clone Wars and how beautiful that scene is. And then she throws one in and keeps one at the end of the Clone Wars, you know? And then we see her get the Kyber crystal, excuse me, and turn it into white, you know? And then she has her Rebels lightsabers, which at first when I saw those Rebel lightsabers, I wasn't a big fan of those because I feel like they're too, like, they're too
like
thin.
Sticks. They're like sticks to me.
Yeah, sticks. They were like too thin, you know? And I was like, okay. And then we get in the Ahsoka show, like the bigger hilts. And then Disney came out with the hilts. And they looked like they were too big. Like the hilts that were in Ahsoka's hands in Rebels did not fit the ones that are in Disney right now. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I got to get rid of them. So I got rid of those. But they came out with the FX or EX, I think, the collectible ones that are like $900, you know, of the Rebels ones, but they're from Ahsoka, but still they're Rebels lightsabers. Like they didn't change.
Of course.
So I was thinking about getting those, but those are just for display. You can't really take pictures with them. You can't really put a saber in there. Like they're from the actual set. Like those are from handmade actual set. But like I said, everything Ahsoka, not everything Ahsoka is my favorite. Like live action Ahsoka is not my favorite. I love animation like to the T. So I would rather get like I have the Clone Wars Disney lightsabers. I'm trying to find like authentic Clone Wars Ahsoka lightsabers. Like I'm trying to find that. I think Disney actually released like it's on eBay. It's for like 1,000 something, like the lightsabers are. And I think they say it's from the set, or not the set, but the actual Clone Wars and stuff like that. So I'm looking into that, but I have no lightsabers that are real. I have all like only like Ahsoka ones, like the Black Series ones, or the Disney ones. Don't have like an actual. I was supposed to have. Wait, let me put a thought on that. I sent them away to get built. And the guy never, ever built them and kept them. Yeah, and I was like, why? And I was missing something. One day, I think I probably forgot about it. One day, it just like hit me in the face. Like, where are my Ahsoka lightsabers? You know what I mean? Like, I bought the lightsabers. Yeah. I bought them for like $200, but I don't know how to build them. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll pay someone another $200 to build them for me, and he must have built them for himself.
Bastards.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, why would you just do that? Why couldn't you just give them to me? And I don't think I ever paid him either. I don't think I ever did. Because I want the job done first before I'm going to pay you, and I want them sent back to me. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Or, like the way that I would do it was like if you were going to buy the sabers, right? And you needed to get them fixed. I mean, I would have just told the guy, hey, like it's a risk, right? But I'm gonna send half, and then once they're built, I'm gonna send you the other half. But you're gonna send them to me first to see, like, hey, if this is legit. Funny story you're mentioning of you getting scammed. I have gotten scammed probably like 3 times. One being
it was from the people, like the people that I bought it from, right? Recommended this guy to me. So I'm like, okay, why didn't you just send the lightsabers to the guy and then let the guy send them back to you and then ship them out to me?
Yeah,
That
like
stuff.
I got scammed with my, or at the time I was wanting a Luke Skywalker uh, lightsaber, and so I bought it from OfferUp. It's like another Macari or eBay, right? But it's usually like, at least where I'm from, it's usually all local. But I took the chance and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna buy it from somewhere else. I think it was like Cali, right? But the guy wanted like PayPal or Cash App, so not through the actual app. So I did that, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, where you at? Like, you said you're at the shipping center, bro." He blocked me, and I was just like, "Well,
Well, that's how people
lesson
are.
learned."
Yeah, like that's how people are. It's sad.
Yeah.
Like just
I
building
mean,
my damn like.
if they were to see me in person, I think it would have gone, another way. But
Yeah, definitely the buff collector. They would have got branded. Not even the buff collector. They would have got branded. I got you.
yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Now we were talking about fungos earlier. Now me, I'm a big like animation. So Bad Batch is out right now. It's killing it right now. It's really good. We're gonna see My Girl Azad's Ventures back on the screen.
That's who you want to see. That's who you want to see.
That's who I want to see.
I always see it in your stories and everything. Like, that's who you want.
I felt like in the Clone Wars, I liked her, but now that, because we all know how her story ended. You know, I have the Dark Disciple book. I haven't read it, so all I know is from spoilers that people spoil, which I don't really care. It's okay. I like to read it for my own good anyway, to understand more of the characters and stuff like that. Like, you could tell me she died. Okay, great, thank you. But I want to see Azad because she's like she's my favorite Sith. Azad's Ventures is my favorite Sith. I wish we got more of her in the Clone Wars. You know, more episodes. But now she's coming back on screen, which I'm super excited. I think it's going to be episode 10. I really think it's going to be episode 10. I think.
You don't think it's going to be this next one?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're going to see Cad Bane next episode. We haven't seen him yet, and he was in the trailer.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think after Cad Bane comes Azad's Ventress.
Yeah.
So we didn't get Bad Batch Funko Pops last year, you know, for season 2, and that season 2 was phenomenal. You know, we didn't get a Cody one. We wanted a new Cody one. We didn't get that. They had so many Funko Pops, a Crosshair Funko Pop. See, I'm checking off. Thank you. And we had wanted the Crosshair Imperial one. We never got it. We wanted so many more Funko Pops from the Bad Batch. Maybe
Omega. My bad.
Omega with that. You know. Yeah. We never got any of that. So you're a big Funko fan. Were you disappointed with all the non-misses? And they'll probably drop them after Bad Batch. They won't even drop them with Bad Batch. They'll probably drop them after Bad Batch. But after that, we don't want them. Why would we want them now? Like, after Bad Batch, what to remember it by?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the one that really stood out was Cody. I really wanted to see him in that, different uniform, at least in a Funko. And I don't know who it was, but someone put like a concept of Cody, of what he could look like if Funko were to, make one of season 2. And man, it was badass.
Amazing. Some of those Funko concepts are really good.
Oh yeah, I think they're, sometimes 10 times better than the Funko designers. For example, this is way off topic in genre, but that Michael Myers that came out, it was him with the hedge, but you could see like the back of his head, and it was just really, really strange, like really weird. And it was just like, I think that on Funko's end was like a poor design. It's just like these Star Wars NFTs. Like, what is that? Like, I could legit get all those NFTs on Amazon right now if I wanted to. They're all copycats of, it's just like a little bit more detail, but they missed, so much opportunities that could have been in the NFTs. Like, for one, I really thought Ventress was going to be in the NFTs.
We don't have a
there's
Funko Pop of
no
her.
sign. There's no sign of any of her in any of the Funko Pops of Star Wars, or droids, but like from like a BB-1 droid, battle droid.
Even you can even put AZ in there.
Yeah, you could put I mean, there's so many different Star Wars Funko Pops that haven't been created, but again, they keep on making the same Funko Pops year after year. It's like the Star Wars Celebration, the 5-pack. You can find that at Marshall's now, and I already found that at Marshall's at my local one, and it's like on sale for like $17.
Yeah, with
why? Because I knew. What's up?
Which one was it? The troop with Luke, Leia, and them? Was it that
Yeah,
one?
it was that 5-pack with Vader, Luke, Leia, and the Stormtrooper and Chewbacca. It was that one, and it had the shared sticker and everything. But I mean, still, like even when it first came out, I was just like, "What is this?" We could have gotten like so many better designs for Star Wars Celebration. I mean, Star Wars Celebration is known for like their iconic, the Obi-Wan, the glow-in-the-dark Obi-Wan, limited 3,000 pieces. This one.
There it is.
Yeah. They could have made a sick concept with, I don't know. I don't know what Star Wars Funko Pop, but they could have made so many sick concepts where it could have been limited, and it would have been so good.
They should make an Obi-Wan with his pose.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I mean, when he's fighting Maul, or like that in Rebels, like that could have been an NFT, or that could have been Star Wars Celebration. Something like that. Because you don't see Obi-Wan in like this pose, So, yeah, man. I think I don't know. I mean, my take is that I'm really hyped for Phantom Menace Funko Pops.
I think we're gonna get them. I think I like the merch that they're coming out with now. I like what they announced so far. Like I like Maul. Maul's one of my like secret Sith that I really secretly like.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're coming out with his like I just wanted the merch. I don't want the lightsaber or anything. I just want like the zip hoodie and like the shirt that has his face on it. Like that's fine with me. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I mean, I hope, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I really hope that the Bad Batch Funko Pops, they're gonna have Cody, they're gonna have Ventress, they're gonna have a different style of Omega, they're gonna have the crosshair that we wanted, and so much more. But I mean, who knows? We still haven't, gone through half the season.
Has it been half? We're almost there. Half.
Like next episode will be half, I think. Or
no, it was already half. I think there's only 14 episodes.
Oh dang! I thought there was going to be 16.
No, I think only 14 this year, or 15, something like that. I think it's only 15.
That's the worst.
I know it's closing in on us. It's closing in on us.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna really miss it.
I mean, Star Wars animation will be very, very missed. I mean, granted, we'll still have Tales of the Jedi, but I mean, we're not going to have like 30-minute episodes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Now for Tales, what stories do you want to see in Tales? Because if they do what they did last year, it was Count Dooku and Ahsoka Tano. So who are your two Jedi that you want to see more of? Or if we haven't seen them, or we want to see more of Anakin's story with Obi-Wan, or Ahsoka's story, because there's so much more Ahsoka story you can tell. Dooku too, you can tell more of Dooku. But which ones are the two Jedis that you want to see on the screen?
Number one, I would want to see Mace Windu.
Yes, I would love to see Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, like from like how he got there, why he always, had beef with Anakin? What if there was something in between the lines that we never saw, right? Even before he came on the council, when he was a kid. But I don't know, because I always got a thing from Mace Windu where he was always like pissed off, I always got that impression of him where he was always mad and stuff. But yeah, for sure it's Mace Windu, and gosh, if I had to pick one more, I wouldn't know. It would probably be, it'd be cool. Like, I know we saw it in episode 2, but just like the departure of like the clones going into like the Battle of Geonosis, like the Kaminoans like telling them like, hey, your mission is finally happening. Here you go venture out, and this is the Republic. Like, I would want to see like something like that, and in between where the clones would be like, oh, well, now we have orders, because before they were just being made. So I think those two stories would be it, for me at least. I love the clones, that's why. And
I know. I love the clones. The clones are my favorites in this shows. They're my favorites.
Yeah. So I would want to see like that little backstory, or not backstory, but like that little in between the lines of the departure, I guess, timeline to the Battle of Geonosis, and like what or who tells them like, hey, you're, I guess, like the property of the Republic now, and now you serve us.
Now, did you ever read the Mace Windu books?
No, I didn't. No.
Read the Mace Windu books. You'll get such a better perspective of the character. To me, that's why I would love to meet Mace Windu. Like T.C. Carson.
Yeah.
What he did with that character is amazing. Samuel Jackson, he's just Samuel Jackson. But read the books, Shatterpoint, and then his comic books. They really are good.
Nice.
They really dive deep into the character, and it's really good. Mace Windu is a really unique, interesting character. If you really put the books together,
and the only one with the purple lightsaber.
Of course that. Of course that. You can't beat that. But with his story, you'll understand why he's the way he is. Like, you'll get it. Like, when he says something, you'll be like, okay, I understand why he's like that. I understand why he was like that, and then how he lost his way in the book too. Of the Jedi.
I've been because of the new Acolyte show, I've been wanting to read the High Republic, right?
Yes, the High Republic.
Yeah, I've been wanting to read those books too, but I heard that they're not even like relevant to the show. Like they like
no, the only Jedi you're gonna see is a purple one. I forget her name. It starts with a V, but she has a lightsaber, purple lightsaber, and it's a whip.
Yeah. That she's gonna be the only one from the books, and I saw a lot of people get mad at that they weren't gonna get it from the books. But I mean, I can't say anything because I haven't read the books. I know somewhat about the High Republic, but not as knowledgeable as like I know of like the prequels and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I've read the High Republic, some of the High Republic, but there was just so much. I feel like you just keep throwing out story. It's like, how much money do we have, and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, when do we stop? But there's so much story with the High Republic. But maybe next season, the lady teased that next season of the Acolyte will have more maybe cameos, because Yoda's still alive. Yoda's still alive in that time.
Mm-hmm.
And was that Plo Koon in the trailer? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But my favorite High Republic Jedi is Avar Kriss. because
Okay.
she listens to music as the Force. Like she listens to the Force as music, and I love music. I'm a big music guy.
Yeah.
So to have a Jedi that actually listens, like is in tune with music through the Force, is I feel like is so beautiful. You know, she listens to the Force as a song. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
and it's awesome. And Nubs, of course, Nubs, Team Nubs on this side, Nubs
Yeah.
Nation. You know, we love that blue guy. We love him. I love him. He's my secret son. He's my
There
secret
you
son.
go.
Dash away.
There's your secret son.
I do. Omega's my daughter, and he's my secret son.
There you go. It's a one big
You know,
happy family.
it really is. We get along great. You know, one speaks Puba, two speak. I speak English. She speaks English. You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Man, one day you'll meet them. One day you'll meet them.
One day.
One day. So my next question to you, the Buff Collector, is: would you have, if you had? I usually ask this at the end, but we can ask this now.
Okay.
Your dream Star Wars project. It could be anything you want. It could be animation, live action. It has you direct it, you write it. What is your dream animation or live action show that you want to see?
Now I realize why you put this at the end. You gotta think. You know, I would want. There's two things in my head that are going right now. One, because of how successful the Ahsoka show was specifically in episode 5, when we're getting all the recap, you know, Clone Wars Anakin. I would really want to see a live action continuation of the Clone Wars, like after Ahsoka buries the clones, when Vader, you know, ignites Ahsoka's lightsaber. I would want to see where it picks off, but live action, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because if they could pull it off, how they pull it off on episode 5 with Ahsoka, I'm pretty sure they could do the same thing with.
I want an animation. I'll say animation. I want that animation.
Hey, if the budget isn't there, animation. Go for it. Animation for sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, animation would. I mean, there's endless possibilities with animation, or at least you could do more with animation, right? But yeah, I would want to see the storyline after that. Like literally, once that shot of Vader when he's walking back to his ship, I want to know what happens. What happens that night? What happens days after? You know, I want to see like a series like that. Like maybe it'd be called Post Clone Wars or something like that. It's
or it could just be a
cliche,
show.
right?
It could just be an Ahsoka animation show, really, if you really want to put it that way.
That's true, but I want Captain Rex in there. I want Rex in there. That's my guy.
I love Rex.
And the other thing would be probably another live action, but of the clones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I love the clones. I already mentioned this before, but I love the clones, and I would want to see like, I don't know, like little stories that happen during, you know, episodes 2 and 3 that we didn't see in like Clone Wars. So I would want to see little its and bits of storylines, probably like the length of Tales of a Jedi, but with like different clones that we already know of, and we already know like all their outcomes, but we can see how they got there, or why they're like that, or why their personalities are what they are, you know? Something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. And this one, I would want maybe animation too.
Now, do you want, because after Bad Batch, there has to be a new animation show. You know, there has to.
I hope, right? I really hope.
Now, you said the live action clones episode series, but to me, Tamir Morrison, he really can't really different the clones. You know, he really can't. He's only one person. He only has one voice. You know, he's not D. Bradley Baker. He makes the clones have their own identity.
Yeah.
So right there, I wouldn't like that in live action. You know, I wouldn't like that clone in live action because it would just be like a boring It would just be boring. It would just them be talking like, okay, all right. But D. Bradley Baker makes it more intense and brings the voice to the clones as individuals. You know. So there has to be an animation show. Maybe I feel like 85% of it should be an animation show.
I feel like after Bad Batch, there's going to be something that happens at the end, and that's where the next show will pick off. Because that's kind of what happened at season 7, right, of Clone Wars. They introduced the Bad Batch, and then boom, it was a whole series.
Now Zod's Ventures is coming.
Oh yeah,
No?
it could be a Night Sisters type thing, you know,
or a Path show. I'm a big do the Path.
Yeah, that's true. The Path. Yeah.
Now, would you want an animation rec show about all the clones?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the clones. Loyalty means everything to the clones. So my loyalty is with them. And in conclusion, yes, I want something with the clones. Now, it doesn't have to be live action. Your point was valid. And yes. Yes, it can or it should be animation. So if they could do something like that, that'd be legit. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, hopefully Dave Filoni is doing it or is cooking behind the scenes with something up his sleeve. Because I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that Star Wars Endgame type movie that they've been saying that they're going to have. That Thrawn will be the Thanos of Star Wars.
He is. It's already starting.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see what happens like in season 2 of Ahsoka. Just for that reason.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to become something.
We all did.
I knew it.
At first, I was like, you know what? He's gone. That's it. But then the rumors started happening. Started coming back. And then, boom, Ahsoka.
No, I don't think he was ever dead, Thrawn or Ezra. You know?
No, yeah.
They're out there. They were out there somewhere. They just had to be found. You know?
Yeah. I mean, Sabine even said it in the end of Rebels. They're out there, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I always knew that they weren't, like, gone, but they were gone. So, yeah.
And now Ezra's back home with Thrawn, and Ahsoka's somewhere in Peridea, you know?
Yeah.
With the Mortis gods.
Yeah. That's another storyline. That could be the endless possibilities. Yeah. The endless possibilities to all these stories. And
it really could.
Yeah. It's definitely like there's this path, and then this path goes into like 5 different paths within that one path. There's like so many stories between stories, you know, with Star Wars.
It is. And I just hope my Ahsoka, you know, is there for the ride, you know. Like I said, I don't claim Rosario is a great Ahsoka. She plays her well. But Ashley will always be my Ahsoka. But I will always like more Ahsoka stories. If it is told in live action, you know, I will enjoy it for the ride. You know, I'm not a fan that's going to be like, I can't watch it. I can't do that. No. I'm going to watch it. You know, Is it different? Absolutely. Is it Ahsoka? Yes. Am I going to cheer on Ahsoka's story more? See what she does? Absolutely. Because there's so much Ahsoka story that's still left untold that we're getting bits and pieces of still in live and animation, you know? Just like the end of the Clone Wars where she survives against the clones. Anakin taught her that move. You know? We didn't know that. And so we
Yeah.
see it, and then we
Yeah.
see it in Clone Wars, and we're like, damn, Anakin really looked out for her, you know? And she would have been dead if Anakin didn't train her with the clones, actually. You know?
That's true.
But I'm really excited for more Tales. I feel like I'm more excited for the animation shows because they're going to tell more of the story that nothing was told to us in the shows. You know, like Ahsoka, the Mando, you know, the cloning started way before Mando, you know, and we get into Bad Batch. You know, we got it from the Zillo Beast. You know, we see the Zillo Beast again in Bad Batch. We see Omega, her metachlorian count is really high, you know. To me, she was always force sensitive. I always said that on this show, that she is force sensitive. But what's next for Omega? You know, is this the end of Omega's story? Like, what is next for this girl clone that we really don't? We know much about, but we don't know nothing about her. You know, if you really sit down and think about it, we know nothing. But what's next for her? What's next for the Bad Batch? Are they surviving this season? You know, what about, is Quinlan Voss going to show up? You know, Azaz Ventress, there has to be Quinlan Voss. You know, they were together because we know he's alive in Obi-Wan. He came through the path. There's so much story that you can tell, and I don't think you're running out of time, really, if you're really looking at it. You know, you're giving us animation in 1 year. You can do a season in 1 year. You know? And in a live action show, you can't do that. You know, you could do that in a year. We film at the end of January. We get the season out in 2026. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Ahsoka is going to come out in 2025, but they're filming in the summertime. Of course, it's going to come out in 2025, unless there's a setback. Like the Mando movie comes in 2025, but the Rey movie doesn't come till 2027 or 2029. You know what I mean? So time is the limit with some actors too. You know, like the Lando series that's supposed to come out. We have nothing about the Lando series. But it's when Charles Gambino, he's busy right now. But Billy D. Williams is not that busy right now. And he's getting up there in age. You know, they have to realize that too. If they're going to put Billy D. Williams in the Lando show as an older Lando eventually, because Charles Gambino can't do that. He's not old. He's not that old.
Yeah, you gotta see like what happens after, you know. I know he comes out again in the newer movies, but what happens after the fall of you know, the First Order or Palpatine, that timeline. And you know, you could see I guess when he was younger with Han and everything like that too. But yeah, it's just like how you said, they're creeping up in age, these actors. And you know, no one's here on this earth forever.
Because I would be a god.
Yeah.
Mortis god. See what I did there? I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We wish.
So my last question to you, Buff Collector, before we leave.
Yeah.
What is your I know you have a movie that I love back there on your screen that you're showing me. Revenge of the Sith. That is my ultimate favorite Star Wars movie because it's just amazing. Yeah. And I said to my other guests that I had on the show, I like putting the pieces together with the Clone Wars and the Revenge of the Sith. So I'm like, Ahsoka was in the Revenge of the Sith. She's right there. She's at Padme's funeral. She's right there. And like right now, I would like, oh, she's fighting Maul right now. She's kicking Maul's ass, or the season Mandalore. You know, I'm like, in there. But what are your favorite top 3 or top 1? You can do whatever you want if one is too hard for you. Favorite Star Wars movies and why?
So I'm going to give you the rankings first. It goes from, I guess, least to best, you know. So coming in at number 3, I want to say we got Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Right? So that's number 3. Number 2, Attack of the Clones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then number 1, of course, where everything happened, the pinnacle of everything of Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith. Now, the reason for Return of the Jedi, well, we saw it recently. Did you see it when it came out recently?
No. In the theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. Well, just reliving like from the past, it was good. And seeing it in the theater was like, because obviously we weren't born, right?
I wasn't even thought of.
Yeah. So yeah, seeing that live action was pretty cool, but also just like the fighting scenes between Luke and Vader going at it, and you see at the end the big celebration of the Empire falling, and all the different worlds like celebrating with all the fireworks and stuff like that. You hear that song hit in the background with all the Ewoks and whatnot, So I don't know, that I think that movie stands out a lot to me because there was a lot more entertainment in my perspective, right? That's just me. But that would be why it's at number 3. Now, Attack of the Clones, that one's number 2 because the one scene I love is the Battle of Geonosis. The Battle of Geonosis is I say it like kiddingly to like my girlfriend and stuff like that, but when I'm having like a bad day, or it's like a rough day out there, or I don't know, or something like really rough is happening, it's like there's something bad, then the Battle of Geonosis, and I always make these callbacks to that fighting scene where you see all the droids, you see all the clones, when all the dust and debris spread. You see all the red and blue lasers shooting at one another. Like that scene in particular, that's like in my brain. That lives rent free. And also, a bonus is the seismic charge from Slave One. It's like one of the most, I want to say it's like top 3 iconic sounds in Star Wars. That noise was everything too when I first saw it. And so that's my reason for Attack of the Clones for number 2. And then, of course, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Number 1. I mean, we'd be here for another hour, right? But to shorten it up, my favorite scene is where Anakin and Obi are on Mustafar fighting on the catwalk. And when they both like collide, and then you just see like the lava all splatter in the background, like that scene, that picture, that's right there. That's epic. And funny enough, thankfully, I'm gonna meet Hayden in San Antonio in October.
Oh wow!
So I'm excited for that, and this is an exclusive, right? What I'm telling right now, because I haven't announced it or I haven't even told it to anyone besides my girlfriend. But the Duel of Mustafar Funko Pop?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I have a Duel of Mustafar Funko Pop signed by Obi-Wan.
Ah, okay. So you're gonna get it signed by Hayden.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have both. So
I have that out on my thing, but I'll probably get it signed by like Matt and James, like animation Anakin and animation Obi-Wan.
Sweet.
And cherish that for my life,
Yeah. No, I think this one, when I do get Hayden's autograph, that will be the number one Funko Pop in my collection. And I think that one I will never get rid of. Ever, ever, ever. I'm literally going to, like, display it. I mean, my Duel of Mustafar is already, like, displayed nicely. But when I get Hayden's autograph, it's going to be, like, 5-10 times more displayed.
I think that goes, like... I think it would be like the Thrawn Funko Pop for me because it's like so rare, like he doesn't do any signings like that, so that would be like the rarest one I would have.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's another Star Wars Pop I want to get signed to character. I mean, hopefully he comes down to Texas, but who knows? Who knows? You, sir, may be the lucky one.
I try.
You may be just the lucky guy here between both of us.
I try my best,
Yeah. All we could do in this life is try.
Try, definitely. But thank you, Buff Collector, ladies and gentlemen. Our special guest today on the Scevoli Tonight Show, ladies and gentlemen.
It was
Thank you for joining me tonight as my special guest on the show.
Of course.
I appreciate it. I really thank you so much for coming on. I thank you millions of times, over and over.
And I thank you, good sir, for having me on. As I said in the beginning, I am humbled to be on this show. I love Star Wars creators. I love all Star Wars. Everyone who loves Star Wars. Star Wars rules. That's just facts. And all those people who say otherwise,
you drool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before we go, Buff Collector, where can everybody find you on the social meteors?
Yes, sir. So you can find me on Instagram and on TikTok at the Buff Collector. It's all one word. Just as you can see right here. Right there. I post anything about Star Wars, Funko Pops, sometimes Marvel. We're not going to talk about Marvel right now because it's down the dumps. But I post everything. Also lightsaber unboxings. Anything and everything about Star Wars. I post there. So, yeah. If you guys are into all those fun collectibles, shoot me a follow. Feel free to follow. And I promise there will be a giveaway soon.
All right,
I'm working out the kinks right now. So
just let me win. Just let me win the lightsaber. No. That's all you gotta do. It's a secret.
Okay, God forbid you win. It's not scripted or anything. Okay, it's not scripted or anything. No, I'm saying that right now on this podcast. It's not scripted or anything. No.
But thank you, Buff Collector. I will put all the links in the bios for to follow him. Go support him. He's an amazing content creator for Star Wars and other universes that is not Star Wars. Thank you for joining me, Buff Collector.
You.
Be sure to subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli Tana Show, for more awesome.
Subscribe.
Be kind to one another, guys, and may the Force be with you, my friends. Always. Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.